As a partial black male, when things get racially heated, we tend to hurt ourselves economically by looting our own businesses and many other things. Martin Luther King had a dream, and that dream came true. Why are we destroying everything that he had, that he dreamed for and stood for? Oh, the mental plantation. That's
Hey,
why.
hold on.
So, as just like Jiggy here, as a black and white male, right? I get to see both sides of the fence. I get to watch all these other cultures around us, whether it be Mexican, whether it be Asian, whether it be Indian, right? They come over to this country, they create a community, they live amongst themselves, they build businesses, everything. Black people have been here for almost as long as this fucking country has been a country. We've built it just like everybody else has, more so than most of the other races that came here after. Why are we the only community that actively and systematically tears down everything that our ancestors and our fucking grandparents have fought for so fervently, and we've done it in less than a generation's time? The segregation ended in the 1960s and 70s. My grandparents are 70 years old. They were alive when segregation laws were still on the books. But yet, I have had black people, more black people my whole life than any fucking white person has ever called me, pardon my French, I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I don't fucking care, a fucking nigger. I've had more fucking black people tell me that I'm not black, I don't deserve to be black, because I'm educated, because I'm college educated, because I've taken the time to try and build a community, because I enjoy things that aren't black. As a culture, we are the only culture that I see this where we'll go, oh, well, you're not black enough. You're not, well, I mean, yeah, but you're light skinned. You're a house nigga. Bro, we have all struggled the same. We all came from the same background. Whether or not you're a rich black man today or a poor black man, you have that ability because of what our ancestors fought and died for, whether they be black or whether they be white. Somehow, some fucking how, we are the only... you know what, Jory? I don't give a fuck if I said the word. This is the type of shit that I live for. This is the shit that I really get fucking heated about and I care about, bro, because I don't understand why as a nation, not only just as a people, but as a nation, why do we fight so hard from the inside? Why do we look at each other as enemies and instead of looking at each other as fucking as friends and family and brothers and sisters, right? Like every religion, it doesn't matter. It all says the same shit. But there's black churches and white churches. But black people have to have black churches, right? Like nowadays we are segregating ourselves. We are mentally segregating ourselves. Like I don't get the idea of we have to have black schools. 60, 70, 80, 90 years ago, yeah, a black school is necessary because black people weren't allowed in the same school as white people. That was necessary. That was a thing. Nowadays, we just had a black president in my childhood, in my lifetime. Now, I hate to say it, he was such a piece of shit president. We probably won't ever see another black president again. But why are we segregating ourselves? Why are we pushing ourselves back to slavery times? We got rid of the chains and the ropes that the white people put on us, and now we just traded them out for fucking gold ones that we hang each other with. Why the fuck are we shooting each other over shoes? Why are we shooting each other over shit that doesn't matter? Why is gang culture and this culture of ignorance and violence so prevalent amongst the black community? But we get mad when other people point it out. They're racist. If a white person tries to point out the fucked up shit that the black community is responsible for, the things that we do to each other, not the things that we do to them, they're racist, they're wrong. But if you really look at it, that's constructive criticism. Hey, by the way, you probably shouldn't fucking kill each other. Hey, you're probably right, but we do it anyways. And we promote it. We're the only community that promotes it. It's in our music, it's in our songs, it's in everything, bro. It's all it's about. As a black person, if you're trying to get the fuck out of the ghetto and do better for yourself and go to college and live a life that I live, you're not a black person. You're a sellout. You're white. What the fuck sense does that make? Please, can anyone? It doesn't make sense. No one can make it make sense. It's fucking wrong. It's wrong.
It don't make sense, and I have a lot to add to that too.
Go ahead, please, brother.
I do. So, okay, as a white guy, okay, there's two different types of people. There's two different types of people in this world.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that follow the issues that are at hand, and there's people that create the issues. So with the whole George Floyd stuff, right? Okay. How I feel on that and how somebody else will feel on that is two different things.
Yep.
Do I believe that he deserved to die? No, I don't. Do I believe that he deserved getting his throat fucking pinned by an officer? No, I do not agree with that. Do I agree with how they handled that situation? No, but do I agree with how, like, Kyle Rittenhouse during a Black Lives Matter protest, he defended himself. He shot at, multiple people because they were trying to attack him, which were a majority of white.
Yep.
Any Black Lives Matter riot that turns in, or a protest that turns into a riot, is mostly led by the white people of that. Mm-hmm. That destroy their own businesses, that destroy, other people's property and stuff like that. It's not mainly based off the black people that are there. Mm-hmm. Now, when you sit there and you look at it, they are sitting there killing themselves. They're killing each other and stuff like that. And they always say the white man is racist.
Yep.
The most racist actual thing that happens today in this world is black people segregating white people.
Yep.
I get along with you just fine. We get along just fine. I'm white, you're black. I have black people in my family. Mm-hmm. They literally are black.
Yep.
And so I look at black people in a different way than anybody else. But when I look at somebody that is a black person that is a gang member, that has, murdered people, dealt hard time drugs and stuff like that, I classify them in a different level than I classify you, or classify my own family, or somebody that is a hardworking, down to earth
good American that pays their taxes.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so when I sit there and I look at all the stories of Black Lives Matter protest, it's always led by a white person that has a vendetta against cops.
Yep.
Cops aren't the problem. Nope. Defunding the police isn't the problem. It's making everybody aware of these issues, that especially, police officers, they have a lot of issues. Obviously, police officers, they do cause a lot of issues with segregation of black people to segregation of white people. If I got pulled over in my small town, I wouldn't have got a ticket. I wouldn't get a ticket. But if you were to get pulled over in a small town, you'd be sitting in county jail. Mm-hmm. I can admit that about my small town. I'm from a small town in Missouri, and that's what they do down there. They don't care.
Yep.
But say I go to California, who's getting a ticket there? Who's going to jail?
Exactly. See, and it's interesting. Jory just brought this up. We had this very same conversation today at work, because there was a tweaker, fucking tweaker doing tweaker things. Cops pulled him over. Tweaker took off running, right? And I hate to say it, because it's hard for me to really buy a lot into the whole, well, if you're black, this is what's going to happen to you. Because I got to be honest, I've done a lot of shit in my life. I have never been an upstanding citizen until very, very recently, right? I have never been hassled by the cops. I have never been drug out of my car. I have never been disrespected. I have never been treated in a manner that would make me ever concerned about my safety or my well-being whenever around another officer.
See, and this is a good thing for what we were talking about with the podcast, because, okay, I have been, in my life, I have been harassed by cops, but that's because I was an asshole. I still am, but it's because I have a mouth. I like to run my mouth, especially if I get pulled over for, I got pulled over for running a fake stop sign here in town. I was driving to fucking go to Maverick, and you know where the fire station is?
Yeah, I know exactly. He's gone. Yeah, no, okay. I got you.
So the fire station, there's no stop sign there, right? But the next road, there is a stop sign. I got pulled over for running through a fake stop sign at the fire station. That there's no stop sign.
Yeah.
But the stop sign was right in front of me.
Thank you. Like Jory just said, what the fuck's a fake stop sign? I've never heard of a fucking fake stop sign, bro.
Yeah, no, there's no stop sign there. That's why it's a fake stop sign.
What the fuck, dude? See, and
I got pulled over, but the cop was a new cop. Like, he just started down here.
Yeah.
And so he didn't know where the stop sign was, because there's only one stop sign on that road unless you're passing 300 north.
Yeah.
So right there, I didn't run the first stop sign, but there's no stop sign up until that point.
Yeah.
And I did not run the stop sign because I pulled over right in front of the stop sign. I was like, I asked him, he asked me, he goes, did you not see that stop sign back there? I was like, there is no stop sign. I was like, I even double checked. And I was like, you mean the stop sign that's right in front of us? Because I was like, there's only one stop sign on this road. And he goes, what do you mean? I was like, it's literally right in front of us. Yeah. And I pointed at it, and he looks down the road, shines his flashlight down there, and he goes, I think you're right, and let me go. But Marissa has something to add too, so I'm gonna mute so she can add whatever she wants to add, and then this is definitely good, like, stuff for podcast, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm already recording. And I mean, I'm still streaming. You guys, obviously, just your faces are covered. I have no problem associating my channel, my face, or anything, like, because it does it. I want that backlash. I want people, because I've been dealing with people online for a long time trying to call me racist and shit and tell me that because I feel the way that I do, that I'm not black. So I'm perfectly fine with it. Like, I'm ready for that shit.
Right. So back on the whole, like you're saying, the racism thing. So blacks versus whites. Okay. When it comes to blacks versus whites, and maybe it's not even just blacks versus white, but specifically the N-word. I think you mentioned it I think you said it was Jory.
Yeah.
I think he had mentioned that you said the N-word.
Yep.
Okay. Now, when it comes to blacks versus whites, it's very, very frowned upon if a white person says the N-word, unless that white person is very, very close with a black person and that black person is okay with it.
Yep.
But if you're not close with a black person that's like okay with it, again, it's very frowned upon. But my question is, Jory had just made the comment, you said the N-word. Why does it matter? You're a black person. Why should it matter in the eyes of anybody if you say it? If I said it right now, of course, I would be viewed as racist because I just said the N-word. But if you say it, it shouldn't matter because you're black.
And see,
but again, like,
it doesn't make sense.
It does exactly.
It doesn't make
sense.
But
even at that, like, what is it that you guys typically refer as crackers?
No.
Isn't that the common one? Black people refer to us as crackers?
And see, and that's the thing, is like, I've always been very confused on that one personally, because it's like, how do I put this without saying the N-word so many times? Like, to me, it's like nowadays there's this ideology that's being heavily spread in the black community, and Jiggy's probably experienced this too if he's still listening. That because I'm black, I can't be racist. It's not possible. For me to be racist, I have to be white or in a position of power to pretty much place like my control of race over you. Well, issue with that is that no one is in that position of power anymore. No one.
Right.
There's no such thing. Everyone here in this conversation, whether I wake up tomorrow and I go to work, we all stand on equal playing field. So the concept of racism now is more down to prejudices versus actually being racist. I've only met, like, in my entire lifetime, actually racist people, like maybe one or two. And
Mexicans for me.
See, yeah, Mexican, but in Mexicans, it's weird. It's like, Jiggy said he doesn't have permission to talk. That's why he can't talk in that server.
He should be able to. Hold on. I don't know why.
That's weird. But
let me give him. Hold on. You should be able to talk now, Jiggy. I think I just gave you admin. Unless he's muted.
Might be. I don't know.
He's not muted server side.
Yeah, because he just sent me a message that says I think I don't have permission to talk.
Did he move himself?
Maybe.
Can you give me permissions to talk? Yeah, he messaged me too. Jiggy, can you hear?
Yep.
There you go.
There we go.
There we
Yeah,
go.
we
There we
got
go.
you.
I had to disconnect and reconnect.
No, it's all good, buddy.
No, what I was saying is, all right. So I was trying to say this, but you know, obviously, didn't have permissions. So I was gonna say, you know who leads Antifa, right?
Oh yeah, a bunch of white people. A bunch.
Guy.
Yeah. Hey.
It's a white woman from San Francisco.
And the money in Antifa and the money for Black Lives Matter all lead back to who? George Soros. He's Jewish, but another white guy. None of these groups that are for black people, quote unquote, are really for black people. This was an argument that I had a lot with my ex-wife.
Hold on for just a second. Yes, Dad, this is my account. I have 2 accounts now.
Yeah, the Antifers. Jory. So,
dude, have you ever watched the Antifa video of Ryan Upchurch and Adam Calhoun making fun of Antifa?
Oh yeah.
Let me go put a pair of underwear on my head, and I'll show my camera.
Yeah.
I mean, I Martin Luther King and even Malcolm X would be so disappointed today.
Oh, bro.
Oh my God! Hold on for a second again,
dude.
Yes, Dad, it is Call of Duty. We're just in the middle of a conversation that is kind of not appropriate for TikTok or YouTube and stuff, so I'm muted right now. My dad's in my live stream.
No, you're good.
Oh, nice.
Dude.
Here, hold on. Here. Everybody say what's up, Pops.
What's going on, Pops?
What up?
There you go. You're welcome, Dad. He hates that. One of my buddies popped in the other day, and he was like, I said, "Hey, my dad's in my chat," and he goes, "What's up, Pops? What's up, Dad?"
It's funny. Jory in my chat just went, "Hi, Dad."
You know, I was gonna say, "What up, my dude?"
Dude, our ancestors are the people who fought for the freedom of for us four, realistically, because at this point this is an evenly mixed and diverse conversation, right? For us to sit here and have this conversation and the shit that our fucking ancestors went through, particularly on the black side, I guess, if you want to get super fucking picky, and for us to be segregating ourselves and to demean ourselves in the way that we do today, they're doing backflips in their fucking grave, dog. Like, they're...
You know,
for real.
You sit there and you look at, like, Black Lives Matter, you know, in the beginning, they had a good, foundation, but it got ruined by a lot of the white people coming in and, you know, trying to... I'm one of those people that, okay, Black Lives Matter, all that, whatever. All lives matter, no lives matter kind of person. Yeah. I don't care what you say. But at the same point, when the Black Lives Matter protests were going on downtown Salt Lake, I was down there in my lifted F-250 7.3, and there was a group of Mexicans in a car that were screaming at me because I was white. And I yelled back and I said, if you want to be black, here you go. I pulled up to their window and I rolled coal right into their window. And I said, I told him, I said, there you go.
Dying.
That's perfect. See?
No.
That's fucking
I
perfect.
get the whole Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, all of that. But that's stupid because it shouldn't be singleized like that. When you have to singleize it down to where you're just specifying Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, things like that, you're individualizing everybody again. And even when you have to get to the point where you're switching around to saying all lives matter, we shouldn't even have to be saying any of them. because all lives do matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you're, sitting in jail because, you robbed a bank or, some stupid shit like that. Yeah, your life still matters. Like, it sucks, but your life still does matter no matter what color you are.
Well, it's like Jory just brought up a good point. Like, exactly on what you're saying. It's more of us versus them. And them getting us to go, oh, well, Black Lives Matter. No, white lives matter too. No, all lives matter. It's division. They've managed to create such a small amount of division where the true conversation is like, because if you want to get statistical, because I'm one of those people, I love statistics because it gives you black and white of what the facts are. As a black man, chances of me getting killed by a cop, I'm sorry, aren't that fucking high. They're not. You want to know why? Because there's the amount of black people in this country versus the amount of white people creates such a statistical imbalance of the chances of me getting shot by a cop. It's more along the lines, it's because I fucked up and the cop had to shoot me in self-defense. Yeah, it happens. Cops make mistakes. I've seen the videos of cops making mistakes. But that's different from when these motherfuckers have to shoot somebody because they said, hey, sir, can you put your hands up? And instead of you going, oh, let me put my hands up, you go, why you gotta hassle me because I'm black, and start acting weird. So now everybody's uncomfortable and you get shot. That was a you problem. I have never been...
You get those guys that are like sovereign citizens too.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
That sit there and they sit there and bash the cops or anything like that.
Yep.
Like I said, the cops aren't the problem when it comes to down to those shootings. Some of the shootings are.
Yes.
Now, if it's like an accidental shooting like that lady cop, wasn't it Wisconsin? Lady cop. She shot that black kid. She thought she had her taser.
Yeah.
Lady was working on fucking 3 hours of sleep because she was up all fucking night on a fucking bad car accident and then went to work the next day. And so she fucking was tired and accidentally shot the fucking kid with a gun and thinking it was her taser. She said taser, taser, taser. Like, I don't think she should be sitting in prison right now. I really don't. If you want my honest opinion on that was an accidental shooting. She should have been forced into early retirement. But they should, when officers are stuck on a scene for hours, they should either let them come in late or they should have the officers that are coming in on that new shift take over for them and let them leave.
See,
not just leave them out there and be like, oh, well, fuck you guys.
Sucks to suck. See, and Jory just brought up a good point. That's lack of training. Exactly. That's also because
that's not necessarily lack of training, though.
Well,
if you really think about it, because if the lady gets 3 hours of sleep, that's not her fault.
Well, but we got to
also... That's because the cops are demanding, and it just...
I have
the
perfect inverse to that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not bagging cops, but that is lack of training, and here's the inverse. Our military, right? Our soldiers, during the war of Afghanistan, the war in Iraq, particularly as the war started to peter down, they had rules of engagement that were so stringent and so tight that they had to identify the type of weapon that the insurgent was carrying before they could shoot, or they would receive court-martial. These men are at war. They are getting less than 3 hours of sleep. They are walking miles and miles and miles a day. But yet these soldiers who are trained, they go through a training program, which our police is modeled almost directly after the military's training program. They still manage to follow the right rules of engagement. Why does our police force have a looser rule of engagement and ability to open fire than soldiers literally fighting for our country? I mean, if you want to get technical, even not fighting for our country, just fighting to fucking stay alive. Why does a cop have a looser rule set than a soldier does? So you could go lack of training, because I mean, there's a lot, and I don't want to make it a gender issue because I don't think it's a gender issue. I think it's since the whole defund the police thing has gone on since 2020, it's been genuine lack of training. These guys don't get the training that they should get. They don't get the time and the effort put into them that they do, because the police force is so starving for people. They're like, yeah, you got a heartbeat, you can run a fucking 15-minute mile. Here's a gun, here's a badge, get the fuck out there and stop somebody. So they're not getting trained. They aren't making, I mean, let's be fucking honest. Cops don't make the money that they should to deal with the shit that they should. Like, so, I mean, because the other version, Jiggy's probably heard about this because this one was a big trigger for the Black Lives Matter shit, but the Oscar Grant shooting. So the Oscar Grant shooting, pretty similar to the one in Wisconsin. This would happen in Oakland. Kid doing whatever the fuck on the subways in Oakland. They arrest him, put him on the ground. He's still kind of being a problem. Cop there goes taser, just the same way the lady cop did, pulls his gun and domes the kid in the fucking head, handcuffed on the ground.
Yeah, I remember that one now.
Yep. Started huge riots in Oakland. I lived in Oakland at the time. Oakland fucking burned over that shit. Training.
Well, all right. Well, fuck. California burnt over the stupidest shit. When Pac died, they all burned too.
Yeah, all right. I can't argue that. I want to see California bring back roof Koreans. That's what fucking California needs. We need some fucking roof Koreans.
Apparently, we're all delusional to believe Pac is still alive.
Dude, that's a whole nother thing. The amount of the fact that our community, particularly the black community, does put so much weight on musicians and these motherfuckers that don't matter at the end of the day, that aren't even college educated. Like, it's sickening. Like, when the fuck did Ice Cube become the voice of Black America? Can someone answer that question for me? Like,
well, the voice before him, right? You know who was the voice before him? Mr. T.
Fucking
Jesus. Pity a fool.
But at least Mr. T had a good message. Don't do drugs. Go to school. Like, fuck, bro.
As my wife said, Night Elf Mohawk.
Yeah. Like, Night Elf Mohawk. At least he had, like, something kind of entertaining going on. But, I mean, at this point in time in the black community, as far as role models are concerned, I think fucking, it's gonna sound wild to say, Mike Tyson is kind of the only solid role model that I could think of. Like, if you...
Oh, God. Guy who bit off someone's ear because he was pissed off at him?
Yeah, as fucked up as that is to say, listen to the things that Mike Tyson, like, a lot of his talks and shit, like the podcasts and shit that he goes on now. Like, if you listen to Mike Tyson, he goes on and talks about how he fucked up his, like, younger life. Like, he gets really, really in depth and talks about, like, what gang life had led him to that shit and all types of shit. He's like the only person that's in the black community that speaks with levity right now. That's like, no, this is like what I did in my past.
Morgan Freeman does.
But dude, I'm kind of skeptical on Morgan Freeman after he married his fucking great-granddaughter or whatever the fuck she was.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that? Fucking Morgan Freeman.
No.
Here, I'll fucking hop on Google right now. I got it pulled up.
My wife's doing it right now.
Yeah.
But, we're going back to the day and age of, like, segregation between whites and the blacks.
Yeah, and the blacks are enforcing it. That's the wild part.
That's the bad part.
Yeah. Like,
that's where the issues evolve from. I have no issues with Black America, white America, whatever. If they really want to segregate, then move to the north. The people that want Civil War again, go back to that era if that's what you really want.
oh god, dude.
That was a step-granddaughter.
Yes,
like,
like granddaughter, sorry.
That's the problem with it. If if they really want to, they go back to that time.
Go ahead, George. Well, the thing is that, like, they can't. Like, that the percentage of the population that thinks that way and feels that way, whether they're black or white, I don't even think they make up a full percent. But because the way that social media works and the way that our media produces and pushes ideologies, they sound like that's what half the nation believes. That's what they make it feel. It's like on a different note, like the whole transgender thing. They make it seem like it's a bigger issue than it is, but when you get down to the fucking numbers, it's less than 2% of the American population. So you're talking about an amount of people that is less than, like, San Francisco. You know what I mean? Like,
all right. So I got a point. I got a point to make. Electoral colleges.
yeah,
Those colleges define our culture.
Yep.
And define what we like and what we talked about and everything else that's happening currently today. It's because they're the ones that sculpted it into place.
Yep. The electoral.
We could get into that. I'm honestly like, we could get into that, but I really want to save that topic for podcast, just because of the issues that we could deal with more, talking about it there. Just based off of like the electoral colleges and like the presidential election this year. Look at. I hope Biden doesn't win.
Go ahead, Drew.
I don't think anyone wants that blabbering idiot to win.
People
You don't know
want
what the fuck he's talking about. You don't know where he is. You know what? He could be in his bathroom thinking he's on stage talking to someone in fucking New Hampshire.
I'll have to wear my Trump hat 2024.
the problem is though, is that the way that our nation votes, we vote off of the evil that we know better. So instead of us going for someone else, because I mean, let's just honestly face it, we want Trump to win. Trump is probably our best bet to get our nation back on track, at least maybe economically. But they're not going to let him win.
Even Haley is good.
No, they're going to rig the election again like they did fucking 4 years ago.
Well, apparently what's happening according to the Democrats is that the Republicans are rigging it.
Good.
Fine.
But it was the funny thing, it was proven that the Democratic states that Biden ended up winning, even though Trump was ahead, it was proved that they rigged it.
Yeah.
Michigan, a freaking a voting machine, I think it was from Michigan or something like that, ended up in Arkansas, sold on eBay, that was dropped off at a Goodwill that somebody bought, sold it on eBay, and then ended up in some other guy's hand that bought it from eBay, and then now it's in Secret Service custody, and they figured out who sold it, and it was somebody in the Democratic Party that first dropped it off at the freaking Goodwill.
Well, it's like the voting software that's still in use today. They found in the early 2000s that voting software, even back then in the early 2000s, if someone was to backdoor into this software, because it had no encryption, no protection, they could change votes by a marginal amount that would not be noticeable to a human or even to the system, but it would still significantly impact the chances of someone's election in a state. Like, admit this was a trial. This is a fucking fully nationally broadcasted trial in the early thousands to the late 90s. So you're gonna tell me that they can't do that shit now?
So what I'm gonna say may sound stupid, but I believe this is what needs to happen to get the right president in. Don't go by the electoral votes. Go by the popular votes.
Yep.
Electoral colleges should have no sway into who the fuck we elect.
Yep. The only reason they hold sway is because at one point in time, the population distribution in the country was so inconsistent that they needed to make it even somehow. Because in other words, at one point in time, New York would be able to fucking run and put whoever they wanted into office because they had more population than like half the goddamn country. So for Arkansas to get an even vote as New York, they had to give Arkansas the voting power of New York via the Electoral College. It's not fucking valid today. It doesn't work today. It's clearly a corrupt system that works off of super PACs and lobbying and whoever has the most money. But you can't even say whoever has the most money, because our last president was a fucking billionaire and they still pushed his ass out the door because they didn't like what he had to say.
They should definitely go off of the people's vote. Like there's more people than what's in the Electoral College. They should go.
Everything is, if you look at Australia's election and how they deem who's going to become the leader of their country, same thing with Canada, who's going to become their prime minister. Well, here's the thing: Justin Trudeau got elected. He got elected in there because it was a popular vote.
Yep.
There was no electoral college in fucking Canada. There are no electoral colleges in fucking Australia.
Yep.
And even in the UK. There's no, everywhere else in the world does not have that except for here.
Yep. Well, and
So
and Jory brought up a good here. You
what's
just
the
brought
fucking
up
big issue? Well,
go ahead, buddy.
what's the fuck is the biggest issue of getting them the fuck out of there
The
and letting us as Americans actually vote who the hell we want?
money. But Jory brought up actually kind of a valid point. It comes down, he said this, I think it comes down to a lot of the issues, and this is both African Americans and whites. It's a lack of knowing history. His own brothers, for example, don't know who Franz Ferdinand was. And the young people today mostly have no idea about what segregation was either. So they see these things on social media and they get latched onto it thinking that that's what the right thing is to do, not knowing what our past was. And that, fucking, I remember with the whole, like, everybody was trying to compare Donald Trump to Hitler, right? And I followed Trump's campaign.
My wife has a good point.
Like, exactly.
My wife has a good point. They're trying to bury it.
Yep.
What do you think they're doing? Tearing down Christopher Columbus statues, everything that is our history in America. They're fucking burning down.
Yep.
How the fuck are we going to learn from our past and make a better America if we don't have history?
Yep.
My son can tell you all about the Twin Towers, everything with it. But when it came to MLK, he did nothing but ask us questions. He was like, "What is MLK? Is this? Do we have this holiday because it's the day he died? Was it the day he was born?" Like, he had no actual idea what it was. He's like, "Why am I out of school for it? What does it mean?"
And here's one. This is
like,
my wife likes to bring
That's
this one
painful
up.
to hear. That's so painful to hear.
But here's what bothers me the most about this. My wife likes to bring this up occasionally just to kind of get me riled up. Don't ever, like, especially because it's coming up, it's around the fucking corner. Don't ever acknowledge Black History Month to me. The reason being is, why is Black history relegated to a month? And Morgan Freeman said this to best when he was doing an interview. His interviewer was Jewish.
My wife just said that too.
Yep, the interview was Jewish. Do you want your history relegated to a month? Well, no, it seems kind of disconcerting. Exactly. This is American history. This is the history that built our nation. This is the history that led to Obama being president. This is the history that led to fucking segregation being removed and slavery being abolished. You can't cover that in a fucking month, bro. The amount of, like, the shit that Malcolm X did alone, you can write whole dissertations on. Don't even get into Martin Luther King. Don't even get into Nat Turner. You're not even getting into anyone else. Just just Malcolm X. Or you want to give him more historical? Gun laws in our culture, in our country, are historically racist. The concept of gun control surrounds and only exists because of legitimate racism. The first on the books, like, gun laws that prevented people from being able to purchase guns were in California. As a Californian, I can attest this to being fact. Those laws were not on the books pre-1969. You know why they got put on the books? The Black Panther Party. You know what the Black Panther Party did? The same thing all those great Americans did on January 9th. They protested. Where did they protest? They protested the state capital of California for desegregation. How did they protest? They went there armed to protect themselves from the police, who had full rights to shoot them. So what happens next? California then implements its first laws against owning firearms, requiring ID to purchase firearms, background checks, things of that nature. They weren't on the books prior. Guns, you could buy them at a fucking hardware store. Now gun stores exist because they have to be kept in a certain area, in certain places, away from these other people. Anybody who's, like, on the left side of the aisle and is like, gun control is safe, you're racist. Hot take, you're racist.
See,
All right.
you say something about Black History Month. Why isn't there a White History Month?
Exactly.
We have a lot of white history.
What about the Irish? What about Irish History Month? The fucking Irish, the things that they've done for this country and the world. What about the Egyptians? What about everybody else in this fucked up country? We've all had a shit hand. No one in this country besides, like, maybe the founding fathers.
You're also forgetting about Native Americans.
Yeah. Oh God, dude, you want to talk about someone who's had it worse?
They
They
were
were
the
on
first
reservations.
segregated.
Just stolen.
They're still segregated. They live on reservations.
They're still segregated. They don't even have fucking normal floors. Their floors are made of dirt in their houses. They don't have running water on their reservations. And you're gonna tell me that black people have it worse? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Black people at least have a crack house to live in.
Thank you.
The white man.
I'm sorry.
No offense. The white man
Not to be bashful or anything, but that was the perfect point of saying something. Because you got to think any black person that lives in Chicago, I guarantee you they live in the South Side, and they also live in a bunch of crack houses.
Their house has floors.
See, where I lived in Missouri, I lived about an hour and a half or about 45 minutes from Illinois. So the town in Illinois that we'd go to go to our Walmart, go to, bigger stores and stuff was called Quincy, Illinois. That place has the worst black on black crime. They always consider it Little Chicago. Why they consider
Have you ever been to Columbus?
I have been to Columbus, but hold on. Why they consider Quincy, Illinois as Little Chicago is because there is the most black on black crime that goes on. Especially because they all come from Chicago and they come to Quincy and they turn it into a hellhole. That I will never live there again, just because of that stuff.
See,
Nobody in Columbus.
Google Quincy, Illinois, and I promise you, one of the first few things that you'll find is probably something about a black on black crime.
See, and it's even.
And you know what? Funniest thing, there's more white on white crime than there is black on black crime.
Yep. And almost all. Hey, and this is the fun thing. Almost.
Have you ever heard of a psychotic black man stabbing the shit out of his wife and kids just to go in his yard and blow his head off?
No.
No.
But hey, I will say this. I do know of one psychotic black guy that ate his family.
Heard of what?
Hold on. That's something. Hey, but Jiggy, this is something that actually this is an interesting conversation. So on that, I've noticed in the black community, and Jory, I'm going to get to what you have in just a second, but he just made me think about this. I used to have this conversation with my ex-wife. In the black community, we don't talk about the things that are bad. We hide them. White people or the white community, however you want to go about that, they don't hide them. It is what it is. That's a bad person. They talk about it. They get it out in the open and they fucking move on. Black people hide.
We hold on to shit.
Yeah, we hold on to shit. We fucking hide it. So there's a black Ted Bundy. The motherfucker just hasn't been caught because his black ass fucking family has been protecting him this whole goddamn time because they don't want to be known as the only black Ted Bundy family. Like, that's how shit works in the black community. It's fucked up. Like, they will protect the most evil family member they have because they don't want it to get out that they were the black family that had the fucking same sick asshole as Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, so dude, there's a lot of shit that's hidden in the black. There's probably a lot of black Ted Bundys, bro. Like, well, there's a lot of them motherfuckers out there, bro. I feel like there is. All right, I'm gonna get to what Jory had to say real quick because it's another valid point. So he grew up in Mill Creek, right? Because he's from the South. You're from Mississippi, aren't you, Jory? And his second mom is African American, black, chocolate, and she had someone trying to break into her house. Some white dude. Jory was 16 years old. He went over to try and help her. He was chased out of the neighborhood because she lived in a very, very poor black neighborhood for coming over and trying to help his mom. Oh, Utah and okay, Oklahoma. My apologies. He got chased out of the neighborhood by the black people in the neighborhood for trying to help his mom because they didn't know him. How the fuck as a community are we going to try and protect each other, not help our neighbor, but chase a motherfucker out trying to help because we don't know him?
My first dose of racism was when I was in high school.
Oh, dude.
I'm a black person.
All right, so apparently my wife did say this. She might be better just explaining herself.
I've heard this multiple times that black people can't be racist. My first dose of racism, I grew up in the military, was in high school in Louisiana from a black girl.
Yep.
And I didn't experience another bout of racism until after I got with him.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody would, because I don't agree. Like while I agree with the sentiment of the Black Lives Matter movement, I don't agree with the methods.
Yep. That's where you lose me. Don't block a fucking freeway. Go protest the state building.
Don't loot and pillage your own communities.
Mm-hmm. You're shitting in your own backyard.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking about?
But me and this woman got into it on a Facebook group because I was like, I don't agree with the methods of the Black Lives Matter movement. Well, you're racist.
Cool.
Woman? No, she was Mexican.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, woman, I am the least racist person you will ever meet.
So according to most people... Sorry, keep going.
I told her, I said, my boyfriend is of mixed origin. And she's like, that doesn't matter. You can still be racist and be with a black man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes all the sense in the world.
That
I'm
tracks.
friends with both of these guys, and I'm racist. What are you talking about? I'm white.
Yep, exactly. He's making us be here.
I tied up in my basement.
We're being oppressed into being here on my $1,000 PC setup, and I'm sure on Jiggy's $1,000 PC setup.
My PC setup is better than his.
See, hey, I'm sure you were oppressed into getting that too.
I got the ghetto setup.
Well, I can't even
ghetto.
I can't even hate.
His until about like a month ago.
I can't even play Battlefield 2042. I could barely play Overwatch, and I can't play World of Warcraft at all.
Jesus.
Just wait till next.
Can run WoW on ultimate settings.
Just wait till next month, and I'll have a even better PC setup. Thank you.
Sorry you went through that, Jory. That's fucked up. Dude.
And then send me that old one. Man.
No, it's got to go back to easy rentone. That's how white I am. I'm broke.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
what we're doing.
White privilege, bro.
I'm renting from Aaron's. So what can I say?
Hey.
See?
Hey.
So you get my brokenness.
Hey, I got a question. Jiggy,
I'll open the damn computer where I can upgrade it.
Jiggy, you're half white, right? You're a partial black man. Hey, can we combine our half whiteness to get one whole white privilege card, and we can get some better taxes in this bitch?
I'll send you my white privilege card. It doesn't work for me.
Okay.
No, it doesn't either.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm agreeing with you. Let's do that, but also let's get some damn fried chicken, man.
Shit, bro.
For real.
Forget about the watermelon.
And, the watermelon too.
Fuck. My favorite conversation. My favorite conversation is
upbringing was in the South.
Just don't come to me for tax help. I can't actually help you there.
Like, it's my favorite conversation with people is telling them that I don't like chicken. That's my favorite. That makes me happy. That conversation.
You don't like chicken?
I don't.
Fuck, so I can't make you fried chicken tomorrow.
Like, I like it,
Watermelon.
but watermelon, I'll fuck up some watermelon. Don't get me wrong. That's why I'm only half black.
I'll fuck up some fried chicken, but I won't fuck up any watermelon.
Nah, dude.
Hey, what about
I'm
some?
an Irish Viking, and I love me some watermelon.
Oh, I can't stand that shit.
Dude, I love watermelon.
It's an odd sweetness. I don't like it.
I put
There's-
salt on it.
That makes it even better. It's because you're a good dude, Jory. That's why. You stood in that doorway to protect
Do
your
we need to
family.
go sit on my front porch and what's the thing from Clerks? Porch monkey? Is
Oh,
that what it
dude,
was?
Porch monkey's my favorite slur. Porch monkey is my favorite.
Do we need to go be some porch monkeys and go sit on the porch?
I love being a porch monkey.
No, I saw the second one.
What?
See,
Yeah,
me
that
and
was
my
the second
friends used
movie.
to say that all throughout high school, and I think that was before it used to be like the massive
Mhm.
no say, you know.
Mhm.
And then as we all got older, I don't even remember like what brought it about, but we were all just talking about it. And I had friends that were black, you know, back then. But then there was somebody that we walked around that, you know, we didn't know them, and we had made the comment, and I was next to my friend who was black, and I had said it, talking with my friend that was black, and this other person that was black that did not know us, they looked at me, and man, did they chew me out for it. I have never said a slur like that again. I won't even say the N-word. I don't care if I'm friends with you or not. I will not say it to this day, just because of that, because I'm like, I don't even want to be classified as racist. I'm like, I don't dare do it, because you never know who's gonna jump your shit for saying stuff anymore.
And it's so fucked up, because I like to this is gonna sound terrible. I like to say that shit. I like, and not NAGGAA or A. I say hard R. I don't say the A. I say hard R regularly. And I do it on purpose, because to me it's just a word. It holds as much power over me and anyone else as you let it. If someone calls me that word right now, I'm gonna be like, okay, excuse me while I go get my watermelon. Like, the fuck, I don't care, bro. Like,
yeah, when you and Zach were talking about that word, I looked at him and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "It's fine, we're good." I'm like,
let's go. Have these conversations.
He gave me permission.
Yep, I love these conversations. Let's normalize it.
My ex-husband is extremely racist. He's an alcoholic, but his racism comes out when he's been drinking.
Same.
And
I do my life.
yeah, for him, yeah. I'll tell him to stop. I'll be like, stop. They're people. I said, you don't want to be judged based on your sister's actions, right? Because Jiggy calls my ex's sister a welfare queen.
Plug your phone
So I said, do not judge.
What happened?
Myself. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to my wife.
But what was I? You know, I keep telling him, I used to tell him, don't judge an entire people based on the actions of a few.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also he's also a severe homophobe. And when I was with him, I could not practice my religion because he thought I was bringing something dark into the house.
Yeah, he's all for Satan.
No, he likes the aesthetic of Satanism.
He's a pussy.
He wears that stuff for shock value.
I fucked his ass up.
You did.
You know
What the fuck?
You know how I feel, you want to know how I feel about religion? If there is a God, he must be one sick, twisted motherfucker to put people through the shit that he does.
Mm-hmm.
The shit that I've gone through, like, you guys obviously don't know me in real life, but the shit that I've gone through in real life is so much more than one person should be able to handle, that I either should have ended my life or ended others' lives because of it.
No.
Well, that's why I'm a Norse Celtic pagan. My ex was he did everything to me but hit me. I have probably moderate to severe anxiety. Something called CPTSD because of him. And he doesn't think he did anything wrong. So I mean, me and Jiggy have talked about it because he's Christian. I said, I don't get it. If he loves us, why does he put us through this?
Put ourselves through it. We put ourselves through it because God gave us free will.
Yeah, I was about to say pretty much what Jiggy just said.
Brandon, I ended up ending my life because we're just sitting here bullshitting now at this point.
I'm streaming and recording all of it. It's fine. It is all good.
Is this going to be the first podcast upload?
I think that's what it's going to be. I think so. I think this is going to be the first Just Them Guys episode. I think this is a good one.
While I'm on my computer, I'm going to do us a favor. I'm going to go create us a YouTube channel.
Yep. Good idea.
And I'll create us an email for it, and then we'll both be able to log in.
Nice.
And well, my whole thing on the
Be careful. I'm banned for a year.
But hey, if you're doing it as a podcast, they won't ban you. It's
Really?
videos that they'll ban you for. So if it's set up as a podcast, podcasts are allowed in these. So if you actually go through YouTube terms of service, if you had it set up as a podcast and you upload it that way, it turns it into like a different. You can't actually make any money off of it through YouTube, through like ad revenue, but you can use it as a like a podcast outlet of talking about these sensitive topics. I don't know exactly what you said to get banned on YouTube, like word for word.
What I sent you guys, and that what I said to get me banned. It was the most ridiculous thing, and I said it live on stream.
I'll say it again for you here, brother. Just tell me. I'm here for that shit. I'm all about that shit. I love having conversations that make people uncomfortable because that's how we learn from our past and that's how we grow as people. We're too afraid to have these types of conversations these days. Everybody's so hush-hush and worried about fucking feelings. Fuck your feelings. Let's talk about the facts.
Alex.
I'm the biggest
What
asshole
were
you
you,
ever.
what were you naming it again?
Just Them Guys.
But my whole thing on the whole black and white
Just Them
thing.
Guys is already taken.
Really?
I don't know about on YouTube. Hold on.
Most of today's what's a PC term? African Americans.
There's just the guys.
Just those guys.
Just the guys.
Politically correct.
I guess in theory, just on
Just
that.
the gays.
Just in case. There you go. Just in case.
the thing that I love is that the whole trying to find a politically correct way for saying black person, right? What is not politically correct about that? That's what I want to know. When did that become not okay? Because
My whole thing about it, you never know who you're gonna piss off because most blacks that I've come across, and I'm in my 40s, so yeah, they walk around with a chip on their shoulder, like they're owed something, but only a small percentage of them can, and in my opinion, because I've actually talked to a couple of them, and they said it's because of slavery, and I'm like, okay, there's a small percentage of y'all that can actually claim slavery in your background. And my closest friend from college is one of those people.
Oh,
But he doesn't walk around with a chip on his shoulder.
His great grandfather was one of the African American first ones. He was a part of the Union. He was a slave in the South.
Damn it. Hey, Brandon.
But
yo, I'm back. Sorry, I had to grab an intoxicant because I've been sober for longer than I normally am.
But I'm Irish,
Get that drunk.
Literally.
and I can trace my lineage back to 1725 Ireland. Was when my family moved from Ireland to America. And you don't see me or any other Irish American walking around with a chip on their shoulder.
Yep. I mean, the Irish went through way more shit. They went through legitimate genocide. Like, a legitimate genocide. Like, you know, you want to get technical, sure. Like, certain parts of Africa went through that with, like, Dutch invasion and shit. But
Well, and they're blacks are mad at the wrong people. It wasn't it their own people that sold them into slavery.
because nobody wants to talk about history. Like Jory had mentioned earlier, we don't learn our history. So the only people that were sold into slavery, as far as blacks are concerned, you were the losing tribe. Hate to say it, but as
Right.
Black Americans, our lineage and our ancestry, we're not kings and queens, dogs. We are the loser tribes. That is how we ended up in this part of the world. Our tribe lost in war. Then the winning tribe sold us to slavery to the Dutch, English, French, and Germans because they could. Simple. There's nothing else there. There was no great invasion of Africa and all these white dudes just ran up and started yoinking black babies out of beds. Like, that is not what happened. Most of Africa was completely left alone for very long swaths of time until like mass colonization. The chip on the shoulder is just fucking, I call it a mental plantation, right? And I guess if you want to get like esoteric, I guess you could in a way blame quote unquote white people, but it's really blame the government. The government is the one to blame when it comes to all this shit. Whether or not they're white is just inconsequential.
And like I told Jiggy, you know, blacks get a whole ass month. But it would be racist if we had a month. But I'll add to that they are going around changing military forts.
You guys do have a month.
Jory said it was me. I was the whole reason slavery happened. I kidnapped the babies.
You kidnapped the baby.
Alright,
He's
so
like, I did
whites
it.
do- so whites do have a whole month. It's called St. Patrick's Day.
That's a day.
It's a day, but it's celebrated all month long because
Hey.
people drink from March
No.
1st to the 31st.
No. Do you know what St. Patrick's Day is? You know what St. Patrick's Day is celebrated for?
The Irish.
That is
Yes and no.
the action. It fucked up. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated because the Irish literally got their entire culture and land taken from them, and that's the day that they celebrate. The driving the snakes from the island by St. Patty.
Like from Ireland.
Yeah, that was driving away
It was
all the
taking
natural shit.
paganism out of Ireland because Ireland doesn't have snakes.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. St. Patrick's Day is really fucked up.
I like Irish, and I like having an Irish holiday, but as a pagan, no.
Yep.
But like I was saying, they're going around changing forts that were named after Confederate generals. They're erasing the Civil War, which is
They're erasing history.
they're erasing history.
So we can't learn from it.
So we can't learn from it, so it's bound to repeat itself.
Yep.
They call it the math reset.
It doesn't surprise me.
Now we get into some conspiracy theory bullshit, so I'm gonna stop.
What I'm saying isn't a conspiracy theory.
This entire conversation, the entire conversation we have, honestly, borderlines conspiracy theories. Like the way that the mainstream media and the narrative is, this entire conversation is all like borderline terrorist activity right now. Like that's how fucked up things have gotten.
Oh great, now I can't fucking fly. Thank you, man.
I mean, you started talking to me, dog. I've been on watch lists already. I mean, you're welcome. At least I can do.
Okay,
for
Maui.
Yeah. I get the honorary badge of not flying.
You want to snuggle, Mama?
Hey,
You just want to lay down there?
Brandon, I just sent you the email and password for that YouTube channel.
Perfect. Yeah, and I have this. I have this recorded too, so.
But yeah, you can you can post it. I've already set up the podcast stuff, so all you got to do is just go in and click create a new podcast,
Perfect.
and then put the title, put description, put public, put a upload a picture, and then you can create it.
Yeah, perfect. I'll go through and I'll just pull the audio out and I'll get rid of my video.
Oh, they reversed the action on me.
Oh, so you're back on YouTube?
Look at that. God is good. Oh, so
That's not action. That's
No, it's not. It says your content was moved due to a violation of community guidelines. Because it's the first time this is just a warning. If it happens again, your channel will get a strike, and you won't be able to do anything like upload or post or live stream for a year.
Look at that. God is good. Just as we get some bullshit really going, Jiggy can get back at it. Fucking Jory. What about you? I mean, what about me is it that reminds you of your friend? So Jory has a friend that he saved his life. He started having a very severe asthma attack, and they were out camping, and all Jory could do was carry him on his back to the lodge so he could get to his medication. And Jory said that part of the reason that he likes me and we're friends is because I remind him of him. I'm like, what about me? Is he fat and black too? Which, I mean, because if you carried my fat black ass fucking a mile, dog, you got some legs, bro. You hit every day is leg day for you, not just some days. Okay, skinny and black. Okay, all right. So,
I ended up getting 4 more subscribers.
Nice. I'm just waiting for after this
I do
video.
have a niece that might not be able to carry you, but she can deadlift you probably.
Good enough. Just deadlift me and
She
drop me a
holds
couple
the,
inches.
Where she goes to school, she holds the record for her district for deadlift.
How much does she
At
deadlift?
370 pounds.
Sheesh. She can legitimately deadlift me. I weigh 350. Holy shit, that is a strong little kid. Oh my god.
She is like 16, and my mom calls her and her twin sister Amazon girls.
Dude, that is scary. Like, oh, fucking good lord.
This is also my niece that plays football with the boys.
Jesus. Like, dude, that is a strong little girl. Fuck. She's like, I will deadlift you and I will throw you. Don't fuck with me. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Fucking okay. So Jory's friend was skinny and black, but he was down to earth like I am and very easy to love. And his scoutmaster is yelling at him for breaking light out rules. Fuck that, dude. I remember as a kid, adults always never understood the gravity of the things that you were dealing with. It didn't matter what it was. I remember that very vividly as a kid. Like, adults just never got whatever the fuck it was. Like, if it was a legitimate emergency or not, they did not understand that.
Now, I was diagnosed as being bipolar when I was 15.
I got a good old case of that fucking, oh Jesus Christ, fuck.
Hey,
sorry.
By the way, Brandon, you can upload the full video. Like, even if you have Black Ops in the background, just upload it.
Okay, cool.
You don't have to just upload the
audio.
Audio, yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that then.
Then it won't get our channel banned for for stupid shit.
Oh, fucking. That's all right. I'm still streaming this on Twitch, so I mean, depending on, we'll see how far this makes it on Twitch.
Well, how many viewers do you got? I wonder.
Right now, I've only got 1 or 2. I'd gotten up to 5 when we first started going, and they left quick.
Oh.
they were afraid of that conversation. But more than likely, yeah. Fucking Jory, you might be the youngest here, bro, but you still should have a voice. I think you're only off by 4 or 5 years amongst all of us. I'm 26.
Probably more.
And
I'll be 26 this year.
Yeah, Toe's 26. I'm pretty sure his wife's right around the same age. I'm ballparking Jiggy's.
She's 30.
Yeah, that's the same age. My wife's 32, so I mean, it's 4 years is not enough for it to matter. We were still shitting and pissing beds together. Just to what capacity is the question.
Yeah. Some of us were wearing diapers. The other ones should have been wearing diapers.
Yeah. Like
some should still wear diapers.
I'm 36.
35.
Okay, so Jiggy. Actually,
you're gonna be 36 in March.
That's a good spread. I like that.
Well, my wife is in her 40s, so.
That's good.
So, Jiggy, does this mean you're going to join us for the podcast this weekend?
Oh yeah, Jory, you're 20. You're fine, buddy. This is a perfect spread.
It's on Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to try to do it on Sunday.
Yep.
I think.
Yep. That's what I'm going to shoot for.
Yeah, it'd have to be after service.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Jory here, he's fairly religious as well, so it'd be probably around 6 or 7. Sunday or Monday, Jory. We're probably going to try and shoot for Sunday because most of us are off on Sunday. We all keep good Christian hours, so it'll be okay.
Like I said, if I had power in my basement, we could do it down there, but I don't have power in my basement.
Yeah.
I need to get. We were talking about it. We went to Home Depot, and I'm gonna try at some point save up the money to get one of those like sheds from like Home Depot, the tough sheds.
Yeah.
And move my stuff out there. Have power, put heat and AC in it.
That makes sense. Turn it into a recording studio.
Yeah. Put a bed out there so when I get tired, I can just go take a nap.
You mean for when the wife kicks you out?
Yeah, that too.
Don't have to sleep on the couch. You got yourself a nice, comfortable bed.
She has told me a few times to go sleep outside. You know,
there you go.
Thinking about it now, we do have the toy hauler.
Yeah, that.
Toy hauler you can't use.
Why? It's got power. I can run an electrical cord to it.
It's not gonna.
Yeah, it would. Fuck, it wouldn't. What? Yeah, it would. It'd be fine.
Jory, you think you're discouraged and you fucking, because you're 21 and you're never going to be able to buy a house? Probably no one here is going to be able to afford to buy a house unless this shit takes off, dog. So
we own our house.
So fuck you guys.
Like, you're sitting here like none of us are gonna be able to buy a house.
Ignore Jory. Fuck those two, bro. Me and you, it's fine. I understand.
So you want to hear the funniest thing about that? So we used to live up north, okay, and first time home buyer. I don't even know how I got as lucky as I did, because I definitely was not going to be able to afford this type of house up north.
Yeah.
But the day this house went on the market, I came over, I looked at it, put in my offer, and I had already been outbid on several houses. So I put in the absolute max that I could put in, and I ended up getting accepted on it. We're only paying like $240 for it.
Holy shit.
And it's a 4-bed, 2-bath on a third of an acre.
Jesus.
I got really freaking lucky. I don't even know how I managed to get it as a first-time home buyer in this economy. And it was right before the interest and everything skyrocketed. I literally hit it at just the right moment.
That is Jesus, that is luck right there. Fuck.
And we just found out just in the last 2 years, I guess it went up. So they're saying that my house now values at like $275,000. I'm like, I certainly did not spend that much to get it, but okay.
Okay.
I'm like, sure, you can claim for it to be that much. I promise you it's definitely not worth that much with my 1 bathroom completely torn out that needs to be fully rebuilt, but sure, you can call it that.
Close enough, right? It's fucking close enough.
Yeah.
That's, I would like to think that I'm going to be able to buy a house, but I don't think I'll be able to buy a house. I think I'll probably be able to buy property and then have to fucking build a house on the said property, because
hey, you could buy the house across the street from us.
I mean,
For sale.
Honestly, I'm getting ready to come on the other side of bankruptcy, so it's not like it's not a possibility, but same time.
I just got done with bankruptcy too, don't worry.
Yeah, like I'm literally sitting on the other side of it right now, like waiting for my final discharge and everything.
Yeah, I got my final discharge already.
Jory, only reason you can't afford anything, bud, is because where you work right now. You have 2 options, and we've talked about this before. You can
sell drugs.
I mean, that's secret option 3. Secret option 3. You can hone your craft, continue to work as a mechanic, and learn and spend time in this industry to make more money. Or you can go to school.
Or you could try to become a YouTuber like us.
I mean, yeah, also true. I mean, at this rate, Jory's probably going to end up becoming my cameraman and shit. He's already my mod for my Twitch channel. So, it's probably going to become my cameraman, and then you'll just have a free ride at that point if this takes off. You work for me, Jory. That means everything is paid for, and here's the credit card. I don't... Don't ask me what your wages are. Just look at the bank account. That's what your wages are.
Here's a free house.
Yeah, here's a free house. You live with me now. By the way, we have to be up filming at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
And then you have to be over at my house filming at 6.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like with that. Just don't wake me up.
And then we have to be together at 3 o'clock to film more.
Yep.
All of us.
It's fine.
You're gonna have to hold 2 cameras. You're gonna have to get my good side. Okay, you can't get my bad side. If you get my bad side, we're gonna have problems, Jory.
Yep, we're deducting your pay. We're never gonna fire you, but we're deducting your pay, which means
we're gonna deduct your house.
Exactly. You can't sleep in the big house. You have to sleep in the smaller house.
1 bedroom at a time.
Yep, 1 room at a time out of the 17-bedroom house. Jory, buddy, that is my goal with this shit. Like, is to try and make just enough money I could take care of everybody around me. That's it. That's all I want.
My goal is to take care of everybody around me, and then also open up a family fun center down here.
Yeah, because
all we have is the shitty bowling alley that we have.
Mm-hmm.
We have a shitty arcade at said bowling alley. All people do in the summer is go ride 4-wheelers, which I know that wouldn't be like really a busy time for a family fun center, but people can still come there in the afternoon when it's dark and stuff. But the wintertime is when it would hit the hardest, because what is everybody doing in the winter? Sitting in their fucking houses, not doing shit.
Especially around here because it snows.
Yeah. Half the machines at the arcade don't even work.
I've never even been to the arcade here.
I also want to open my own towing company. That's what I used to do up in Salt Lake. I miss it every day. But my YouTube channel will be like my number 1 thing that I do. And the number 2 would be having like a family fun center and a towing company. Those would be like, if my YouTube channel tanks, I have income coming in from those 2 things. I'm still making money by not actually doing a fucking thing.
Jory, buddy, you are worth more than $12 an hour.
I'll pay you 15.
I'll pay you in a house. Your paycheck is a house with food.
Your pay is going to be delayed by a couple months.
Yeah.
Maybe a year, maybe 2.
Handful. Depends on how quickly we could get this to take off. If we can stay consistent, we can get it inside of like, I don't know, 6 months, fucking praying to God, right? Hey, we got you, but...
Get a big brand deal from like a big gaming company.
Yeah, just suck Zydax off. Just fucking deep throat Zydax for a nice fat paycheck, and then we're straight, Jory. We got you.
Oh, yeah. And if people would buy our Dubby energy stuff, that would help too.
Yeah. I mean, those are pennies on the dollar towards what we need. So, I mean...
W.GG, you can use 2 codes, that toe guy 1, and I can't remember yours. Or that toe guy.
Yeah, that toe guy, you had mine mixed in with yours. Fat guy 1. That's my
Fat
code.
Guy 1. Okay, yeah. So, Fat Guy 1 and that toe guy.
Yeah. Yep.
And don't forget about Jiggy Brain.
Oh, do you have a W as well?
Bam.
Do I have what?
Are you sponsored with W as well?
I'm not sponsored for shit. I only got 26 followers.
Oh, you could you could go get freaking sponsored with W.
Yep.
Scroll up to affiliate links. Yeah, scroll up to affiliate links. And if you sign, okay,
I'm not
so
even affiliate yet.
Well, no, you don't. That's the affiliate for, like, you can become an affiliate. So, okay. So in my Discord, if you scroll up to affiliate links and you go click on, so what I use to like optimize my YouTube channel the best is vidIQ and TubeBuddy. Those two things, they really help your channel by picking out the correct keywords that you want to use in your title, description, and all your other information. And it also helps with bringing up your SEO scores to get viewed or be able to show up on like top search results. So I have two things for that. I have 2 affiliate links for that, and then I have w.ggg or w.gg. But if you go to W's website, you can go and you can sign up to become an affiliate with them, and they accept everybody. To be honest, he got accepted, and he only has 10 subscribers.
Yeah, I have like
you can get accepted.
Well, but I did put in, the one thing I will say is I did put in my YouTube, my Twitch, and my Facebook. And my Facebook reach, including my Twitch reach, is large, but my followers is tiny, which is fucking weird. Like,
yeah,
I reach on my Facebook, I have a reach of about 30,000 on average. That's what my average reach is. But I have like 120 followers on Facebook. It's weird.
So, like I said, if you go in, you fill out an application with w.gg, you'd get accepted in 15 minutes. I guarantee that.
That's actually.
But and if you sign up for TubeBuddy or vidIQ, use my codes up there, or use my links and affiliate links. It'll help me out. It'll help you out because it gives you a discount for it, and you'll be able to optimize your YouTube channel to whenever you go to upload a new video. It'll help everybody out. So, anybody that's going to be watching this podcast, check it out. I'll put the links in the description.
Pretty much, if you're an aspiring dirtbag, just listen to what we were just talking about.
Pretty much.
My wife laughed at that one.
Now, do we talk about sports, or do we go back to anything else?
Okay, can we just, on sports, can we talk about how fucking boring sports have gotten?
Yeah, can we talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, how she ruined a perfectly good football player?
A whole football team. A whole football team. Ruined the team.
And Jason Kelce is now retiring because of her.
Why is he retiring?
Well, he hasn't actually announced it, so I can't get put out fake news. He never actually announced it. It was leaked to the media that he was retiring because of what he said in the locker room. One of the guys leaked it, which what was said was not true, but he has not completely said if he is retiring or if he is coming back next season.
Okay, unless you said like the hard R like 17 times back to back to back to back, there's nothing that you could possibly say in a locker room that could get leaked that could end your like
shows together. Their documentary.
What the fuck?
Their podcast, you mean?
And didn't he just start playing recently? Like,
no, Jason Kelce's been playing for 13 years, I think.
Okay, so that's valid to retire, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, that's okay. All right. I thought
it's like baseball. It got freaking stupid last year when they implemented the pitch clock.
Fuck is that?
You get 13 seconds to throw a pitch. If you do not throw the pitch in the 13 seconds, the batter automatically gets a ball. If you throw the pitch before the 13 seconds and the batter is not in the box, it's an automatic strike. Or if you and the batter do not make eye contact before 8 seconds, it's an automatic ball. It's a whole fucking thing. And then they also ban the shift. So infielders can't shift anymore. They can only go so far. What else was there? Oh, bigger bases too. They're like 3 inches bigger.
Everything.
I know that's not a lot for some of us, but some of us in this chat are look down and they see, oh, yep, that's a little bit bigger.
everything that I just heard like just made baseball sound like Little League.
Yeah, it is.
I legitimately just made all that shit sound like fucking.
But my wife just said, next thing you know, they're gonna add a T to the ball.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like
That's next year.
Jory said 3 inches is huge. The fuck do you mean bigger?
I don't know, Jory. You're more like you're probably more pushing like 1 inch if you're white.
I'm rocking a solid 4-inch pounder, bro.
4 inches in girth, you mean?
That fucking 3-inch destroyer. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see, so it's not just.
We know what your wife says in the bedroom.
Because for me, like, I brought that up because football is so boring to me these days, right? Like, I can't say I love football. I enjoyed football. Nowadays, I can't even watch a game for 30 seconds. It's just so boring. Like, and then the Travis and like all that shit going on with Travis and fucking Taylor Swift, I'm just like, yeah, that's probably why I don't watch it anymore. Huh.
It ruined it.
It managed to it showed how over commercialized it is now and how much of like a popularity contest it
You
is.
watch a football game and it breaks out into a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they
watch a
show
football
Taylor
game and it
Swift every
breaks
5 minutes.
It's like who yeah, it's like who fucking exactly like your wife said, who brought this football game to my Taylor Swift concert? Like, yeah. That's exactly how that shit feels. It's like what happened, dude? Bring back football when people used to have to get carted off the field and shit.
Even
It used to be
Travis
about the
and Taylor
players.
said it was
Yeah.
overbearing.
See, at least we all agree on something. I know not everybody in this world can agree on black versus white or all lives matter. Or, for fuck's sake, what I believe in, no lives fucking matter. Fuck everybody.
All lives do not matter. I have met some individuals in my life where I hate to say it, I have to disagree with prior statements. Their life did not fucking matter. Like they real pieces of shit.
I know somebody like that.
Yeah, see.
I know people like that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chomos. No comment.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
You're gonna leave it alone.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Leave it alone. I got it. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Edit that out, please.
No.
Fuck.
I'm posting the raw and unedited version. This is fucking live right now.
Yes.
Oh shit. My favorite thing about the internet is that even though in theory only 1 to maybe 2 people is watching this, maybe 3 at the most on my side of things, probably more on Toes, no one's watching it on your side because you stopped.
I shut it all off and I had it all muted anyway.
Yeah. It's the amount of people that can see this is what makes me fucking just chef's kiss. Whether or not I make money off of it or they subscribe, but the amount of motherfuckers that could see the bullshit, I'm here for it. I'm fucking
go subscribe to our podcast channel if you're gonna subscribe to something right now.
Yeah.
If you're gonna subscribe for this kind of content, go subscribe to that. But if you want the gaming content, subscribe to our normal channels.
Which, I mean, God's honest truth, I'm probably about to be really active on the bullshit content because I'm there for it. I wouldn't say papers, but I have a lot of subjects I spend a lot of time researching at nights that I can't sleep that I would love to talk about.
I've got over 40 years of useless knowledge.
That's what we need. That's what's perfect.
Yeah, but I can't find our YouTube channel yet for Just Them Guys
We'll have to
because it was just created.
Oh shit.
Look, bro, I literally just typed in Just Them Guys, and you are immediately in the For You.
Really?
Yes, I am staring at you right now.
What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Oh shit.
Just a guy trying to do stuff and things.
That is hilarious. Yeah, Jory, wear the Cuntosaurus hoodie. Perfect. Wear that hoodie, Jory. The fuck. All right, it's my bedtime. I have to get up for work in the morning. I'm sure my wife is gonna yell at me.
All right. So I created a new YouTube channel for a podcast.
Perfect.
Act and React.
I like that.
Another one?
I like the exposure options though.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret about him. He's an altaholic.
I like creating shit. Okay.
Dude, I have problems. I just post under the main account and tell everybody fucking fight me. Like,
Hey, look, so I already created a podcast channel, Jiggy. We were gonna name it Just Them Guys.
all right, I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay.
Or I won't see you guys in the morning, but I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, Brandon.
Have a good one, everybody. Nice meeting you, Jiggy.
Nice meeting you too, man.
Night, buddy.
Night.
Be easy.
Yep. Oh, Jory, my friend, this is the start of something beautiful. Anybody else who's unlikely that you're watching this, considering that it shows 2 watching this right now, I'm pretty sure that 2 is Jory. Jory's a fucking man trying to push the algorithm. But yeah, I'm getting off for the night. Love you guys, and I'll see y'all later.